Reports show information for contracts which users have access based on their assigned authorization profile. So for example, if you don't have access to certain contract or company, you cannot get the reports for those specific contract or company. All the details in the reports are taken from all column schedule. And in order to access our report, we go to the main menu. And we have two sections, compliance report and additional report. First, we are going to start with compliance report, specifically disclosure report. So let's select that. And we have 9 different types of disclosure report. And these reports are going to display the necessary information required to prepare the disclosures for your financial statement. So before we go into the details of the report, we are going to go over different filters that we see here on this page, and we will see how to interact with this user interface. And for disclosure report, we have 6 mandatory filters. First one is reports. For today, we will be looking at the asset roll forward report. So let's select that. Yeah. And the next mandatory filter is the FY variant. So the option here depends upon your configuration, what kind of variants you have set up. In our internal build, we have just one, which is calendar. And then the next mandatory filter is currency. So this is to pick the currency in which you want the report to be generated throughout. And throughout the report, we are going to refer to this as a target currency. So it is important to note that you have to pick a common currency. So if you see here, we don't have any common currency. It is because of the filter that I've selected. I have selected system as all, business unit as all, company as all. So if I have every filter set as all, then I don't have a common currency. So let's say I select a system. Let's say I'm selecting disconnected. And now when I see, I have a common currency, US dollar. And if I select a company here, D111. Now we have access to the group currency, that is USD, and our company currency, which is Canadian dollar. And now if I add, for example, US D222, I have only the group currency. So we can select only that. So let's say I'm selecting USD here. And now the next mandatory filter is our accounting standard. So depending on your configuration, you'll have a list of accounting standards that you support. So we have IFRS 16, ASC 842, 840, and IAS 17. I'm selecting IFRS 16. Now, the last mandatory filters are about the dates. So disclosure reports are limited to 12 period range. It doesn't need to be 12 calendar periods. So for example, if I select 2022 April, and the year end, we have an option to select 2022 and 2023. And if I select 2023, I have an option until 28 Feb. We can't go past that. So we are confined to this 12 months. The remaining filters are optional and they can be used to generate a more targeted report based on your structure and your configured detail. So what we suggest is we really start from the top of the hierarchy and continue narrowing down the selection. So we start with the system and then the company code, cost center, for example, cost center, etc. So once you determine the filter that suits you, you can save the filter and use the filter from here. Now let's move on to the actual report. I have already pre-generated a report for us to use. And I'm selecting that. I have the asset roll forward report. So it presents a yearly summary of the right of use asset and for the remaining lease term. So like we have in all disclosure report, we have the filter and a summary table in the target currency by asset class. So this report is going to show you one line item per period that a contract is active during the dates that we selected. Plus, we also have a summary line in order to perform the roll forward. So we have a summary line, for example, for this contract. This is the summary line. And we have another 4 line for the per period it was active. And let's see, we have all the other details of the contract ID, the contract name, the company code, profit center, all those details. And if you go to the stream right, we have the opening book value, new ROU asset, and all these details. So we can either see the opening balance, or if the contract starts this year, then we can see it in ROU, new ROU asset. And if you're having a addition, or if you're having a disposal, all these will be shown in this one. And we have the closing book value. We have the accumulated depreciation expenses and the closing net book value. We have all these details in our target currency that we selected, that is USD. So if we take this particular contract in the system, here, you can see we have a base rent of $2,000 from January 2023 to December 2023. And we have a casualty here in 30th April 2023. So here we can see there is a disposal of 23,742. So if you go to the all column schedule, you can see the addition 23,742. This was the addition, and we can see the accumulated depreciations per period, and we can also see the disposal. And similarly, we have this contract. And if you go to the schedule, all column, we can see all the details. We have since our report is from 2023, we have an opening balance. Opening balance of the GBV and the depreciation expenses, and the closing detail, net book value. Do you have any question?
No, we wanted to present you an overview of the asset report. I'm sorry, I'm cut off somebody. Was there a question?
No, Catalina, no hand raised so far.
No worries. We wanted to start this series where we're going to continue to present you different different reports that we have available and what is the logic behind those reports and materials that we will have associated with the office hours that you can find on our portal. You will have more details about this and about reports in general, and the walkthrough that Prativa gave you about the filters. We really thought it's a good time to start introducing you to each of the reports that we have available, and to start the discussion on that. So with that in mind, if you have other specific question, and we have improved, and we have come a long way with the reports. We have enhanced the details that we have in there, the type of columns, the referentials, IDs, the information that is in there. And for the asset roll forward, if you remember, during our latest session, we presented the latest enhancement that we had on the asset roll forward. So we are keeping our reports up to date, and based on your feedback, we continue to improve them and to make them as useful as you need them to be. So with that in mind, this is why we started this type of series in our office hours. So if we don't have any other questions or comments, we'll be giving you a few minutes back. We are at the end of our session, so I will stop the recording, and I hope to see you all next time. Thank you so much, Prativa, for presenting this section, and hopefully they will be interesting enough for people to come back for more reports starting next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Wish you